G'day, Ralph here. Welcome to Geoterrics Outdoors Australia. A little while back I posted a video about 4 tips to make yourself productive while working in a van or on the road in a motorhome or caravan. And the 4 tips were: 1, get yourself organised in your space. Have a place for everything and put everything in its place, and more importantly, when you're finished with something, put it back in its place. Keep your space very, very organised. Second tip was getting power. Third tip was get yourself a computer system organised, what this video is about. And fourthly is getting the internet. So I've tried a couple of different arrangements to be productive. I've taken my monitors from home and my Toshiba Dynadock docking station and plugged everything in, and it works quite well. Beautiful big screens. Don't work particularly well on this table because I've got stuff hanging over, but in the meantime I've actually ordered what they call a monitor extender, which came in a beautiful box, which isn't here at the moment. But what we've got here is this fantastic little package, which is 2 monitors that fold out, that extends to the width of your monitor, and these 2 monitors on either side, you can see it here, are 15-inch, and I'll just show you how they go on. So here's the computer, and these things go out and fit in like this. It's got this great little kickstand on the back, which you can extend to give yourself the angle that you need and the height that you need to get your monitors where you need to be. But probably more importantly, than it keeps going out, is to make sure that these 2 monitors don't want to fall off. If you have a look here, you can see that they clip on with this little clip up here and over here, and they clip on at the bottom with these 2 very small little clips that keep it in position. The problem with that is, if you sneeze, they'll fall off. It doesn't take much to go off, and then they're off here, they're off at the top, and you really need to get them organised. And if you're trying to make them work without actually putting a bit of effort in, they're going to fall off, they're going to fall down somewhere, and they're going to break. The other problem I have is getting them in a position where they're not bumping up against certain things like windows and not hanging too much over. So I'll take it back as far as I can. So now that I've got this sort of precariously set up here, oh, goodness me, there goes that leg again. Really quite annoying. It's one of those situations that's not ideal. So this whole setup came with a fairly impressive lot of cables and some pretty dodgy instructions on how to make it all work. What I've actually done here is I had a Kaiser Bass accessory kit here, and I took out the foam and repurposed this this little pouch system. I've got some more on the way, color coded, so I can actually have power, I'm going to have cords, I'm going to have data, like data bricks and various others, to get myself a little bit more organised. But on its own, the problem is that there's various outputs here. Okay, so you've got on and off here, and you've got up and down for brightness. You've also got 2 USB-Cs, one for power, and you've got a mini HDMI, and you've got the identical but opposite arrangement here on this side. So you've got power at the top where on the other side was at the bottom. You've got your up and down for your brightness, 2 USBs and a mini HDMI. I've only got one HDMI plug in the side of my computer and really struggled to make this work in any meaningful way. So what I actually did at the same time, I got myself see if you can pronounce this, because I sure as hell can't. Yffizq, YFFIZQ. What it is, it's a little mini docking station. It's got a power inlet there. It's got various USB-Cs. It's got dual HDMIs, but doesn't work as a dual HDMI. It's got a display port, a couple of USB 3s, a couple of USB 2s on the one side. On the other side, it's got a couple of USB 3s, a USB-C, and a headphone jack. I had to buy this to make this screen system work. Now, the screen system was $600 odd. Put it at the bottom of the video, and also links to the description on Amazon from where I bought it. First thing you need is a decent power board. The power requirements for these monitors are 5 volts at 2 amps, and the 2 amps is where we have some problems, because I've got quite a few of these connectors, but quite a few of them don't operate at 2 amps. The other thing here is with this docking station, little fella here, they don't output at 2 amps either, so you can't actually get power from this, and you need to actually power this with a 2 amp. So it's actually quite hilarious. So I've got quite a few of these 2 amp plugs, and I'll plug them in as well as the laptop. I'll get it all synced up and I'll show you how it all looks. Right, so after all that rigmarole, sorry to make you have to sit through it, but I still put it on time lapse. I got everything connected. Let me show you what it looks like. So here's my main screen. On this I've got 1920 by 1080, and I'm emulating that on the left as well as the right. Funnily enough, the GoPro player that I have with my 360 Max does not want to display correctly. Every time I put it on full screen, it just wigs out. That's about the only one. Anything else that I put up here displays at the correct resolution so far. Just to show you quickly the arrangement here, I've got power, HDMI and USB. HDMI is pretty much redundant here, and on this side I've got HDMI and power, which is around the other side. It's a little dull on this particular monitor, as well as this one. They're both a little dull. So all in all, this is not a bad little setup. It's a little untidy around the back. I've got various bits and pieces connected here. I've got a hard drive, I've got a little card reader I haven't got connected. This is all the various connections that I've got here, plus the docking station. So yeah, it's untidy. It's not the best situation, but here we are. So there you have it, all connected and working, and yeah, it's okay. A couple of little problems we've identified, or one in particular, is when I try to plug anything into the laptop or the power board that's taking too much power, both screens die at the same time, and it just leaves me with my laptop screen. So you really can't push the laptop or the docking station too hard. So for a score out of 5, I'm actually going to give it a 2.5 because it actually does what it says it's going to do. Unfortunately, it'll fit my personal laptop, but it won't fit my work laptop. And now I've got to go to the trouble of getting Velcro and doing various other things. It doesn't fit my laptop very well. As you saw, it's quite flimsy and quite happily wants to fall off if you so much as sneeze or look at it the wrong way. Not a fan. The complexity of connecting it and trying to remember for the next time how it was connected last time, and I only did it a day apart, is really quite a downfall. The price is it's a lot of money for what you're paying for. If I were to get off-the-shelf monitors of the same size, I'd be paying $150 in Australia each, and they'd be plug and play and they wouldn't have any issues. This is an overly complicated monitor system, and it really doesn't do what it's supposed to do very, very well. But in the middle of nowhere, when you've got nothing else and you're really restricted for space, it's fantastic. So I've got to give it a pass. So just a pass, 2.5. Look, let's hope you've enjoyed this video. It's a little bit long, but there's lots to get through and lots to unpack. So I hope that didn't take too much out of your day. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, hit that like button. Please share it with your friends. Leave me a comment. Love to hear any questions, anything I can do for a possible part 2. And if you've got a system like this and you've had some issues with it, or you wanted to ask some questions, feel free to ask questions. I'm no expert, but let's see what I can do for you. As always, thanks for watching.